Na apragnyam, sorry. Adrushtam, avyavaram, agrahyam, alakshanam. Achintyam, uh, apyavadesham. Ekatma pratyaya saram. Prapancha upshamam shantam shivam advaitam chaturtham manyate sa atma cha vigneyah. Papre, it was very heavy duty. So now, to explain this, let me give you a slight background.
So I don't have the right page. Sorry to interrupt.
So can you tell the page number again? 32, I heard.
No, it is not 32 somehow. It's not that you read.
So this is what you can do. Since we are not reading this right now, just write down somewhere that it's a verse 7 of Mandukya Upanishad. So in Karika, it's a little bit merged everything, but it clearly says in the book, here is another Mandukya mantra, and it says number 7. So when you can go back after the class and just look at it.
Is it in Karika?
Yeah, this whole thing is merged into Karika, all the 12 verses of chapter 1.
And does it begin with Vibhutim?
No, it begins with Nanta Pragnyam.
It's in my book. It's page 53.
Okay, try page that because I think आपकी book वाला सही होगा फिर.
Yeah, that's right.
Nanta Pragnyam मिला आप लोगों को सभी को.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, so good. Whoever has the book, after the class, whenever you get the chance, go read this because this is a crux of the thing.
Okay. It's 53.
Yeah. Okay, good. 53. So basically, I was saying that Brahman or the Turiya state, it is to describe it. It is undescribable. It says, okay, you will see. So then, how do you explain this to somebody? So then you go the reverse. You tell people what it is not. So it's called negation. And you must have heard, शास्त्रों में बोलते हैं नेति नेति. जो कुछ भी तुमको दिखाई देता है और जो कुछ भी तुम पांचों इंद्रियों से ग्रास्प कर लेते हो वो भगवान नहीं है. In one sense, okay? Now, in the end, you will say everything is Bhagwan, true. But just for understanding purposes, they will say, because the Chaitanya, like, what gives you the power to do anything? Okay, because we have this crazy notion in ourselves, the egotistic notion, मैं कर रही हूँ, you know, but वो मैं करने का तुम्हारे पास power आया कहाँ से? That's what is pointing out, that it is the power behind everything. Okay, so without that, it's something like electricity and the equipments. I don't care how great my computer is, the best in the world. If electricity doesn't go through it, it is like a dust. It's not going to do anything. Okay. I think Manju ka hai kya? I have to mute this. Okay. All right. So
Manju is not muted. Yeah. Okay, now she is.
Okay. So basically, this is what it is, that it is talking about that power behind everything. That is in a very simplest language, if you can understand that. But to understand that power, you know, language of negation is used. So let's see what it's saying. So it's saying it is not that which is conscious of the internal subject world, nor that which is conscious of the external world, nor that which is conscious of both, nor that which is a mass of consciousness, nor that which is simple consciousness, nor it is unconsciousness. It is unseen by any sense organs, beyond empirical dealings, incomprehensible by the mind, uninferable, जिसको infer नहीं किया जा सकता, unthinkable, indescribable, essentially by of the same self alone, essentially by of the self alone, negation of all phenomena, the peaceful, the auspicious, and the non-dual. This is what is considered as the fourth, which is Turiya. This is the Atman, and this has to be realized. This is to be realized. So it's telling you, basically, I'll just summarize this because it's a very long sentence. इज सेइंग कि तुम्हारी जो जागृत अवस्था है वो नहीं है, वो स्वप्न अवस्था है वो नहीं है, वो कोई बोलेगा कि चलो इन बिटवीन वाला कुछ होगा, कि जब हम लोग को थोड़ी सी नींद आ रही होती है तो ना यहाँ है ना वहाँ है, बोलते हैं उसको भी कवर कर लिया, वो भी नहीं है, देन यू से ओ मे बी इट इज नॉट, इफ यू आर नॉट कॉन्शियस ऑफ एनीथिंग, मे बी इज अनकॉन्शियस, नो वो भी नहीं है, सभी को डिनाई कर दिया, जितने भी लूप होल था सबको बंद कर दिया, तो फिर वो ये सब नहीं है, एंड देन इट इज नॉट सीन बाय सेंस ऑर्गन्स. सो कोई ये सोचे कि ओ मेरे को भगवान दिख गया, दैट्स नॉट ट्रू, बिकॉज भगवान, उसका रूप दिख गया तुमको, भगवान नहीं दिखा. ओके, बिकॉज भगवान इज लाइक अ पावर बिहाइंड एवरीथिंग. ओके, बियॉन्ड एम्फेरिकल मीन्स कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हो सकता उसका. ओके, एम्फेरिकल डीलिंग्स यू कैनॉट ट्रांजैक्ट विद इट, बेसिकली इनकॉम्प्रिहेंसिबल, तुमको वो समझ में ही नहीं आएगा, बट इतना पता कर सकते हैं कि देर इज समथिंग, बट यू विल नॉट कंप्लीटली ग्रास्प इट बाय द माइंड, इनकॉम्प्रिहेंसिबल बाय द माइंड. अनइन्फरेबल मीन्स उसका कोई तुलना नहीं, बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में, उसका कोई कंपेरिजन नहीं है, कि भाई जैसे कि स्मोक देखते हैं हम तो बोलते हैं कि नो सॉरी इट्स नॉट कंपेरिजन, इट इज समथिंग लाइक यू इन्फर समथिंग फ्रॉम समथिंग. If I see a smoke, then I say, oh, there may be fire. Okay? So, but, the only inferable it is, ki somebody had a very beautiful sentence and it said, this whole world, universe is a signature of Brahman. That's what they said. So that's a very beautiful sentence. It is like, hey, where is God? I don't see it. The proof that God is there is because there is universe. So you can say it. Uske piche kuch hai. Because there is an intelligence behind it. You can say that. So that's what uninferable means. Unthinkable, I cannot think it from my mind. Indescribable, I cannot compare it, describe it with anything. So now somebody will say, oh my God, if it is all these things, that means I'll never grasp it. Then the Rishi Muni had a little kindness in their heart. Now they're telling you what it is. Pehle sab kuch bol diya what it is not. So he's saying, essentially by the self alone. So we get to experience it ourselves. Negation of all phenomena. So this is where that neti. Whatever phenomenal world is, you negate that. The peaceful, there is no, agitation in it. The auspicious, Shivam. And wherever there is none of these agitation, apne aap auspicious ho jayega. It is auspicious, non-dual. It is that oneness, complete oneness, one thing pervading everything. This is what considered as a fourth state. This is the Atman, and this has to be realized. So that's another very powerful thing. Because the moment when he said, this is Atman, the rishis were thinking, hey, again you're objectifying it and saying, this is it. No. You have to realize that. Means you have become one. You have to know that. That's all it is. So इसमें पूरा शास्त्र उन्होंने दे दिया ये verse 7 के अंदर. So that's what this verse 7 means. It's pointing to that substratum and that, pervading the entire universe, through which everything manifests and in which everything dissolves. That's what is fourth state. That's what is Brahman. That's the state you're trying to realize in your meditation. Whoever is practicing meditation, that is the goal. And so now it sounds very good. Maybe we grasp it, maybe we didn't. I think it was Sarvapriyananji who gave a beautiful example about, what this state is. So he said, it's something like the movie and the screen, right? The movie comes because the screen is there. But while the movie is going on, we never see the screen. So suppose if somebody doesn't know anything about a movie. So there was a little boy who didn't know what the movie was, nothing. And then his father took him to this city and said, अब मैं तेरे को movie दिखाऊंगा. तो बोला ये movie क्या होती है? तो बोला वो ना उस पे ना ऐसे होता है, एक screen होता है, and then you see something on it. So जब वो movie चालू हो गई थी ना, तब वो जाके पहुंचे theater में. So the boy said, okay, yeah, now I'm kind of getting it, all this drama is going on. But you said there is a screen, but I don't see a screen. Because he was seeing the movie. And then he said, अच्छा ऐसे है वो screen, white है. तो बोला, तो उसमें कोई white बिल्डिंग था तो बोला अच्छा वो स्क्रीन है. No, that's not a screen. बोला अच्छा तो ये स्क्रीन है. He said he could not explain to him what the screen was. Okay, movie has to stop for him to see the screen. So the same way, until the mind is running, we are not going to be able to grasp it. So that's another thing that you do. I thought that was such a beautiful example. That's another thing that you try to achieve in meditation, that you stop the movie. जो भी हंगामा चल रहा है तुम्हारी लाइफ में, you stop that, and then you will slowly, be able to grasp that, or experience. You can't even say see the Brahman. At least वो वाले example में you see the screen. यहाँ पर तो you वो भी नहीं चलेगा example, because that's why they say every example falls short in explaining the Brahman. Okay, so when they call this, when they describe these definitions, they always call it indicative definition. So indicative means pointing in that direction. It doesn't mean that is what it is. But that's not possible. So just pointing in that direction, enough pointing, one day you will get it. That's what the hope is from the Rishi Munis. Okay, so every time there is an example, don't ever psychoanalyze that example to the nth degree, because the example will fall short. You will always find some exception and say, oh, this doesn't fit. So what is the job of pointing and these examples? Just get the gist of it and drop it and move on. Okay, that's what you have to do in the Shastras. You cannot hang on to just one example, because it will not tell you what it is. Okay, so that's that verse 7. And this word Turiya comes in other Upanishad also. I think they said it comes in Brihadaranya Upanishad, and comes in the Chandogya Upanishad, the word Turiya. यहाँ पर exact word नहीं दिया है Turiya, but खाली दिया है fourth. And Turiya का मतलब है fourth. And it doesn't mean कि it is separate fourth. It means it's an underlying thing in it. And I don't know if Geeta is not able to join, but she had asked a question कि, hey, does the Mandukya tell you how to practice the meditation? Yes, it does. And it is talking about that Turiya state is underlying everything. So when you're chanting Om, O, U and Ma, so Om Bola, the silence when you come to, then you should think of that Turiya state. And that scientifically that silence pervades everything. उस silence में से sound निकलता है बाहर, और उस silence में merge हो जाता है. So that's the whole concept here of the Turiya state, is that silence between the two Oms. So now that you know this, every time you're chanting Om, when that in between time comes, give it a good pause there, and that's the time you think of that state. Because हम लोग इतना importance देते हैं Om chanting को, but वो silence सबसे ज़्यादा important है, which nobody kind of knew about it until we studied this. Our teacher used to tell us कि भाई, the silence is the most important, and we could not understand in the beginning what she was saying. After Mandukya, you understood that what she's saying about that silence, because that's that fourth state, that's that Brahman, that's what you have to focus on. So that's that verse 7. Any question on this verse 7, since it's so heavy? Any comment? Okay, so now this we go to verse 8. It jumps many pages now. Here's a Mandukya text again, it says. And in it starts with Soyam Atma. So I am Atma. Saha I am Atma, actually. Soyam Atma. Anybody wants to tell the page number? Who got it? Verse 8 of the Mandukya. Not the Karika ka, but Mandukya ka shloka or mantra.
I think it's page 65. That's 10.
Huh? No, I'm on verse 8. It starts with Soyam Atma. and it starts after verse 18 of the Karika, if to give you that hint. जो कारिका का वर्स है ना वो है नंबर 18, उसके बाद सीधा वो 8 आता है, because that is a मांडुक्य का मंत्र.
I don't have an 8.
It's not possible. You have it. It just you haven't got to it.
Maybe Anil ji can guide us.
Book is also jumping to 10 after 7.
What does it start
No,
with?
10. Okay, that 10 number is of Karika. So keep going further. 10, 11, 12, 13, 18 तक पहुंचो. उसके बाद वो 8 है.
After that.
हाँ.
And what does it start with?
So yam atma.
Oh, it's page 83.
Great. Thank you. Page 83 in some of the books.
8 after 18.
Yeah, after 18 of the Karika, it is number 8 of the Mandukya. In fact, since you have that, you can put there some kind of mark so you know, okay, this is a Mandukya ka mantra hai. Okay? Okay, so it's saying...
got it. It's 83.
Okay. All right. Great. So, here is the Sanskrit. Saha ayam atma adhyaksharam onkara adhimatram pada matrascha pada akara ukara makara iti. So now he's coming back to the Om symbol. Okay. So the same Atma, it says, is again Om. So यहाँ पर ओम को सीधा वो ब्रह्मन ही बता दिया है. इतना उसको इम्पोर्टेंस दिया है कि इट्स कॉलिंग इट ब्रह्मन ओनली. उसका मतलब दैट्स व्हाई द ओम पावर इज सो पावरफुल, सो पावरफुल. द सेम आत्मा इज अगेन ओम फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ द सिलेबल्स. तो रिमेंबर आई टोल्ड यू उसमें 3 सिलेबल हैं, अ, उ और बट इंग्लिश में हम लोग ए यू एम बोल देते हैं. The Om with parts is viewed from the standpoint of the sound of its sound or letters. So just remember those 3 letters. The quarters are the letters and the letters are the quarters. क्या बोला यहाँ पे? Letters are the quarters, quarters are the letters. तो समझो कि वो जो अ, उ और म है वो 3 भाग हो गए उसके. तो अभी हम लोग ने देखा कि जागृत अवस्था और स्वप्न अवस्था, सुषुप्ति, right? And so the quarters are the letters. More likha hai aap, more, I don't know how to say this word, M-O-R-A-E. It means unit of time. That's what it means. And the letters are the quarters. The letters here are A, U, and M. Okay. So A, U, and Ma. So it's just telling you that how those 3 states are superimposed on this. Just think of it that way. Okay. For right now. So that is verse 8. Okay, then 9 में क्या है? 9 immediately उसके बाद है. Okay, so you don't need to jump anywhere. The next one is already this verse of. So जागृत स्थानः वैश्वानरः अकारः प्रथम मात्रा आप्तवा आदितं त्वात् आपनोति ह वै सर्वान् कामान् आदि च भवति य एवं वेदः. Okay, so now it's saying, he who is Vaishvanara. Remember Vaishvanara, वो विराट रूप. विराट, वैश्वानरा और क्या बोलते हैं, एक और वर्ड है उसका, विश्वा. विश्वा, all these are like word synonym words. Okay, in microcosm and macrocosm, sometimes they use different, that's all. So he who is Vaishvanara, having for his sphere of activity the waking state is A. A means it representing the waking state. Just remember it this way. The first letter of Om, on account of its all-pervasiveness or on account of being the first. I think this point was brought in here. Is Manju here? Manju brought this point last time. कि जो अ है वो pervades everything. Every letter in the world अ उसमें मिला हुआ है. Okay? So, किसी ने बोला कि अगर सिंबल बनाना होना तो साइंटिफिक होना चाहिए. उसका कुछ रिलेशन होना चाहिए सिंबल का with what you are trying to say. Otherwise, जैसे कि अपना flag होता है, America का flag, it has a meaning. अपना India का flag का it has a meaning. You cannot just put any color. So they say orange color is for dispassion, green color is for the, kheti bari and all that, whatever. White is purity, all that, 3 colors. Same way, it's maybe unhone bola ki the reason they took A as the first one, or waking state, because A pervades everything, all the letters. The same way, waking may, it is like pervading everything, all pervasive. These two are the common features of both. One who knows thus surely attains a fulfillment of all his desires and become the first and foremost among all. So what this one, most of the Swamis say, कि थोड़ा प्रलोभन देते हैं लोगों को मेडिटेशन में एनकरेज करने के लिए. भाई तुम ये करो तो तुमको ये मिलेगा, नहीं तो कोई जाएगा नहीं कुछ करने के लिए. जैसे अपने बच्चे लोग को बोलते हैं ना, hey you work hard, I'm going to give you a candy, और देते भी हम लोग. Same way, saying that, hey, you sit down and do this meditation, and this is how you do it. You is representing a waking state. So when you are doing Om, when you're going through remember that you have, it's a waking state. Everything is encompasses in it. And then you continue, and whoever does that, he will get fulfillment of all desires. Because शुरू में तो यही चाहिए ना सभी को, मेरी सारी इच्छाएं पूरी हो जाए. यज्ञ याग भी वो इसीलिए करते लोग. Saying, okay, don't worry, it will happen. That's what it means over here. And you become the first and all means, तुमको पूरे दुनिया में सब लोग number 1 मानेंगे वगैरह वगैरह. It's more from that perspective that they are saying. So just remember that, what it's saying. And then it goes to the next one, which is again in the book, it is a continuation. So when you come to 10, it is a verse of the Mandukya. And it starts with Swapna. Okay? Does everybody have it? Whoever has the book?
89.
Okay, 89. So here it says, Swapna sthana taijasa ukaro dvitiya matra u utkarshat va ubhayatvat utkachitam ज्ञान संतति समानश्च भवति नास्या ब्रह्मविद कुले भवति य एवं वेद. Is saying he who is तेजस. So वो different states को different नाम दिया हुआ है. पहला वाला मैंने बताया कि विश्वा दिया था नाम, and then उसके other synonyms I already said. इसमें उन्होंने स्वप्न अवस्था को तेजस बोला है. Okay? तेजस का मतलब होता है कि shining, because your mind is still shining there. Having for its sphere of activity a dream state is U. U is the second letter of Om on account of its superiority or on account of being in between the two. So it is दोनों के बीच में है ये वो. और U बोला था थोड़ा सा narrow हो जाता है, तो as if you're going in the dream state. Okay. He who knows this heightens to a superior knowledge and becomes equal to all and finds no one in his line of descendants who is not a knower of Brahman. So उसका प्रलोभन ये दिया है, means it's telling you, hey, if you do this, then this is what's going to happen, that you become superior in your knowledge, and तुम्हारे क्या बोलते हैं, फैमिली में कोई बुद्धू नहीं रह जाएगा. सब ब्राह्मण वाले को जानने वाले हो जाएंगे. And Swami Ji has explained, it's something like, hey, if you are knowledgeable about something, you want your children to know it. You're not going to hide that knowledge from them. You will make every effort to educate them about what you know. In fact, वो सुन के तुम्हारा बोर हो जाएंगे, फिर भी तुम बोलते जाओगे उनको. बाद में जाके बोलते हो, oh mom, I think what you were saying is true. So whatever you have, you will give it to them automatically. So that's what it is. Okay. So basically, just to summarize it, and U, is a waking state, U is a dream state. Okay, to make it very simple. And now the 11th verse, obviously, is going to talk about sleep, deep sleep, I mean. So, Sushupta sthana prajna, that also come immediately, okay? The verse. Sushupta sthana prajna, makara trutiya matra, मित्रे पितेर्वा मिनोति हवा इदम सर्वम पितिश्च भवति य एवं वेद. सो ये पहला था विश्वा, फिर हुआ तेजस, अभी इसका नाम दिया प्रज्ञा. ओके, So deep state को प्रज्ञा बोला है. Whose sphere of activity is deep sleep, which is so जो म sound है वो sleep, deep sleep का representative है. The third letter of Om, because it is both the measure and also that wherein all become one. So दो qualification बताए हैं. Measure, you know, जैसे कि किसी स्वामी ने समझाया, measure is like, हम लोग पुराने ज़माने में वो जाते थे दुकान में कुछ दाल चावल खरीदने के लिए, आटा खरीदने के लिए, और बोलते 2 किलो दे दो, राइट? समझो हमने बोला, सब लोग अपना अपना बचपन याद करो. तो फिर वो ऐसे एक बड़ा सा कंटेनर होता था, उसमें एक मेजर लेके वो डालता था. he would not even weigh because that measure had that ऐसे करके फिर वो अपनी झोली में डाल देता था. So ऐसे measure means एक चीज से निकाला और दूसरे में डाल दिया, जितना था उसमें, राइट? अब डीप स्लीप की स्टेट को देखो, उसमें सब, और दूसरा क्या बताया कि इट बिकम्स ऑल बिकम वन. व्हाट डज इट से? या ऑल बिकम वन. सो लाइक वी सेड कि एवरीथिंग मर्जेस इन द डीप स्लीप. या एवरीथिंग मर्जेस एंड देन comes out again, as though you have poured the entire thing of your life in there in the deep sleep, and now it is in, you know, one homogeneous state. And then when you then it goes into dream state. from वहाँ से फिर wake up हो जाता है. Or sometimes you can go directly to the waking state, also it comes out. So it's like a measure. उस sense में ये measure को बोला गया है. Okay, so and प्रलोभन क्या दिया यहाँ पर? One who knows this identity of prajna and is able to know the real nature of the things and being, and also come to realize as being the self of all. So जितना तुम उसमें deep meditation के practice में जाओगे, उतना तुमको फायदा होगा, basically it's saying, and you will slowly start understanding the real nature of things, and then you will also realize I am that, you know. So remember, now comes the final verse, which jumps few pages again, and I'll start, and that is the
page 99.
Page 99. Very good. It starts with the amatra.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the final verse, and obviously it again talks about that turiya state. So it says amatra chaturshah avyavaharyah prapancha upshamam शिवम अद्वैत एव ओंकार आत्मैव संविशति आत्मना आत्मानाम य एवं वेद इति मांडुक्योपनिषद समाप्तः. So now it's telling you that final state के वर्स 7 में उन्होंने बताया काफी कुछ, अभी और भी इसको खोलेंगे. What is that state? So that which has no parts. So यहाँ पर वो जितना पहले तो बोल दिया कि part है, right? But that was just to get our mind together about the 3 different experience only. It's not like separate part. Now he's saying it has no parts, because like we have discussed that pervading state is homogeneously everywhere, and you can think of space. Space is there in the whole entire universe, homogeneous everywhere. So it has no parts. Thus soundless. Remember I told you that our teacher said that in Om chanting, the silence is the most important part. So this state is the soundless. There's no sound in it. The incomprehensible. Again, it's telling you, you cannot grasp it with your 5 senses. Beyond all senses. And then it thoda sa aur aage badha diya. Same cheese. Incomprehensible means beyond all senses. The cessation of all phenomena. जहाँ पे सारी चीजें आके merge हो जाती है वो जगह पे. All blissful. तो जहाँ पर कोई प्रपंच ही नहीं होएगा, वहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम कहाँ से होगी, right? It's all blissful, non-dual. There is no duality in it. तू मैं ये वो कुछ नहीं है वहाँ पे. Is the fourth, and that's the word turiya is the fourth. And verily it is the same as Atman. This is the most important thing. It is not anywhere out there that you have to go grasp. It is the same as your own Atma. He who knows this merges his self in the Supreme Self. So if you know this, then that's the time you merge the individual into the total. So when we talk about merging, it's called realizing that, you know. So the more you practice this Om chanting in your meditation, and the way you want to do it is when you're saying Om, so you say, okay, the whole phenomenal world, when we are saying it, that's how you have to think. And then my dream state and my deep sleep, and then it's merging into that fourth state, and it's totally merged. Nothing else is there, only that Atma. And then it comes out again, and then when you say the second Om, and again you practice. So this like merging and coming out, merging and coming out, and then you have to increase the time in the middle of that Om. So whenever we used to do that practice, remember we said that as we progress 5 times we do Om, let's make that silence a little longer. That's what we were doing, whoever came later. So we got all the hints from Mandukya itself how to do it. Okay, so that's what this is. Okay, I hope this was useful.
Very, thank you.
Yeah. So, Meena ji, do you think that?
Maybe you can practice Om one more time for benefit of people who came late.
Yeah, sure. So Kamla ji, now, are you there? We cannot see your face. Or Manju can do it today if you want. Whoever wants to do it. But now you can get all the hints from here. And when everybody is practicing that, think of that, what we just learned. You can do it, Manju, you can do it 3 times instead of 5, because on this, it's a little bit difficult more on Zoom.
Unmute yourself, Manju.
No, do it in my room. It doesn't matter.
अनम्यूट नहीं हुआ है मंजू अभी भी. वो एक बटन होता है लोअर लेफ्ट हैंड कॉर्नर में.
Unmuted?
Now it is.
I just want to say one thing. In the yogic terms, the is around the Manipur Chakra, the sound in your own body.
Okay.
And then after that is U. So you go a little higher in your body, and the U is where the rib cage meets. You know, where the rib cage meets. This is the U area, and this is the thing of compassion. When you start, from the Jagrat, the waking stage, where you're going higher, this is where compassion and all good qualities in you are, you're realizing, and all that is coming in. And then the Ma sound, where you go higher, and then Turya. After that, where you are in total oneness. So I will recite it about 3 times, Om, and it will start with the Manipur Chakra with all the 3 sounds. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay, I just want to tell you one thing which I have said before also, but it's entirely up to everybody. But my job is to tell you what it is. They recommend you to do Om exactly the way we say Om. They don't want you to split with Aum. That's what सर्वप्रियानंद जी काफ़ी बार बोलते हैं. So maybe कुछ उसमें scientific reason होगा, because वो जो उन्होंने sound वगैरह भी सुना है ना, वो ऐसे ओम करके आता है, तो उससे कुछ vibration सही होते होंगे. That's how my gut feeling is. So when you're chanting Om, instead of breaking it into three, you say it in one continuation, but in that you just feel that there is already one more, and then you merge those three states. That's how I would say, but everybody can do what they are comfortable with, but I'm just letting you know. Okay, before we go to our discussion, is there anything on Mandukya or what we did in Bhagavad Gita? If anybody has any question, that's number one. Comment, number two on this. So these are kind of very important things. So if you have any doubt and all that, that's a good time to bring it out right now when it's fresh.
I just wanted to talk, ask a very quick question about the technical part of joining Zoom today. Geeta has not been able to get in, and I don't have my phone now, so I don't know what's going on with her. But I noticed that Nina's tile says Geeta. I wonder if that has anything to do with it, and why does Mina's tile say Geeta?
This password was Geeta. That's all I put in, Mira. Other than that, I don't know why. I can try logging in again.
No. Yeah, she's just wondering. No, I think that Geeta.
I wondered that, for everybody else, I see their names, Manju Sikri, Shri Nadwani, Neelu Bharadwaj. But for you, I see Geeta.
Because there is a place where you can put it.
Where did you see Geeta?
It shows Geeta, your name as Geeta for some reason.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me,
Yeah, don't worry about it. No, that's not, you know what it is? There is a place that you can change your name.
No, let me tell you how I did it, because everything was new this time. So I got the message from Umaji in WhatsApp. Everybody got that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Take that message and send it to mail, to your own mail, on the computer you are using.
Email.
Yes.
Okay. Now within the message, normally it is separated out, but this time it was buried in there, the address from which you can go. So you copy that address within the message, it's a little bit above, it's in the text somehow. And then you copy and paste it and go and search for it. And that link will open. And then that link asks you your name, last name, and your email. And then you click, and then you are all in the meeting.
I had to do it twice.
No, actually, it was much
And then it will ask you your password, and that is Geeta.
No, mine was really very simple. I registered, and after registering, I got an email. And in that email, after all the different times and all that, there was for Linux, for Android, for iOS.
Oh, yeah.
Click to join. And there was that link, click to join. I just clicked on that, and I was right into the meeting with Umaji. So that is what I told Geeta. And she checked her email, and there was no such link for her. So she said, can you forward your email to me? And I did. And that's why for a time she joined in with the name showing as Meera Kumar. But then at the same time, she said that she cannot hear Uma or anyone else. So she said,
did she also do what you did in the beginning? To receive your mail, you must have filled out something, that the invitation from Uma.
Yeah, that is fine.
But did Geeta do
You know what I will do with her? I will after the thing, I will call her and I will walk through and I'll have her do it. And then what we are going to do, I discussed with Joe, because since a lot of us are doing it from our computer, we will send the link via email. So that will be easy for you to click on it directly from your computer. once you have your email on your computer or the device you want to use, it is on it. Then you just click on it. It gives you a little column, says fill your name, fill your this thing, and then it sends you another email. That's where you click and you come on.
And I'll send you the group for the
if you could please do that, Uma.
Yeah.
Because I know that Geeta was very, very keen to join today's class. She wanted all this Mandukya Upanishad that she had missed because she.
But good thing is we have recorded it, and this time my recording should be much better because my speakers are good. Last time it got messed up.
We won't have the opportunity.
Okay.
Come.
Sure.
Here's Naval.
Very good.
Very nice. Thank you, Naval. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you from all of us. Naval.
Thank you, Naval. Thank you.
And tell him that he can, anytime he wants to come, he can join and blow his shunk. We'll welcome that by all our heart. Yeah.
He does it for us all the time.
Good. Mm. Okay, so
Looks like everybody did it differently this time. I didn't have to do anything. I just clicked on the link and put on my email address and name, and that I was in.
that's why I was encouraging people to do it earlier. Remember, I sent so many different reminders. Hey, please try, because if you have any issue, so I will. Most of us, only Geeta was the one had a problem.
I did it earlier and I had to do it again today. So I don't know why.
I don't know. See, this Zoom is keep adding these new things. So.
But I'm doing everything from the phone. So.
Okay. But anyway, what I will do is I will call Geeta and we will walk through, and I will start a meeting just between her and me, so then she will know exactly what to do. I'll do that.
And Uma, I just sent you the group addresses of all the people in the
Yeah,
group.
okay. So then every week I will just send an email also, and I will put it there also.
Yeah.
That's not a big problem for me.
Right.
So the same message, you will get it, so then you can directly click on the link. Okay.
Thank
So this
you
was
so
it.
much. That will be wonderful,
Yeah.
because I just felt bad that she missed everything because of that. So
But as I said that, because thanks to Joe, she can hear the recording. Yeah.
okay, very nice. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
So now, any question on this Mandukya or Bhagavad Gita? No? Okay. So the other...
Umaji, since nobody has a question, I was very intrigued by a mail that I got about Hemkund, about that hot, this thing, boiling hot water, and people could step in, and because my concern is it true? Because sometimes people just send, posts.
Okay, then let me tell you this.
They're true or not.
The water is over there. The whole area has geysers over there. Entire area. And what the dhua and all that come, yes, it is there. Now the different temperature and different kunds are there. So the hottest one, they actually cook the food. So you see these handis that they did, and they lower it. So जितना भी वो गुरुद्वारे में चावल देते हैं ना, हम लोग ने चावल कड़ी खाई थी वहाँ पे, okay? तो वो चावल सारा वहीं पर पकाया हुआ होता है. That is true. But that was a boiling जो आपको दिख रहा है ना, it may not be 100% boiling, okay? It is like as a bubbling from inside. होता है ना, इसे कुंड में ऐसे करके निकलता है. So don't confuse that it is that boiling temperature that you will do here. But
did you see human beings in the water?
Certain kunds maybe, I don't remember because it was 10 years ago, but some of the water you cannot touch it with hand. There is no way you can bathe in it, because जिसमें वो लोग cook वगैरह करते हैं ना, you will get burnt. Okay, so when they show these videos and all that, you have to take it with a little grain of salt. That phenomena is there, but bubbling ka, don't think that it was bubbling because it is boiling. No, it is very, very hot, but coming from the ground. That's why. I hope that explains it.
Thank you.
So I have been to a place called Vishnupad. They have the same thing. In fact, I went in the water there.
Gangotri also has it. When I went to Gangotri
has it, and
Kedarnath also has it.
Gangotri also has it, and I've bathed in Manikarna also, because they have separate kunds for men.
Yeah,
and
separate.
women.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and also there is a very beautiful
But I think
story.
everybody doesn't get into the thing. Even other places it's very hot. You have to just take a mug and cool the water down and put it. But I think in Yamunotri there's like a waterfall, so you can stand there.
Gangotri, Yamunotri, there was no problem. It was actually, it felt very good because we were very cold. And when you go inside, it feels so wonderful. You don't feel like coming out because it kind of hugs you, that water. It's a
In
beautiful
Canada also
feeling.
they have sulfur springs, they have hot pools like that. You can just go and stand there.
But one of the stories that really touched my heart in Manikaran was that it seems that Guru Nanak Dev Ji came there 500 years ago. And the story goes that that time there was no hot spring. Whether you believe it in the story or not, but they have this story. And the people, the jo Pandit वगैरह थे ना वहाँ पे, they were very unwelcoming to him. They didn't want him to come and all that. And these guys were like, were very kind-hearted, very warm people. And so उनको इतना उन्होंने क्या बोला कि they didn't want them to come कि उनको खाना भी नहीं दिया उन्होंने, right? तो फिर ये लोग जब भिक्षा लेके आए तो इनके हाथ में सिर्फ कच्चे चावल थे. तो वो बोला अब इसको पकाए कैसे? So they went to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and then they said, how do we cook this now? They're not giving us heat. So he said कि वो जो कुंड है ना वहाँ जाके पका लो. And then the hot water just bursted out from there. It's just a bhav, It may be there. And that was one story. And the second story was then they wanted to build a Gurudwara there. So these other people who were there, they didn't want them to because it's